My name is Miguel Godoy. I'm a residential art faculty at Estrella Mountain Community College. I'm also the art advisor for our art club. I am a community-based muralist, meaning that I mostly focus on community-based public art projects, and I'm also a designer. So I think the trajectory of me becoming a mural artist, I would start with, like I was mentioning earlier, my father drawing, right? So he grew up in the projects in Raleigh, California. And so he grew up doing Chicano typography and lowrider art, and that's what I learned, right? So it was for me and my brothers, you know, we would all draw, and so it was a combination of lowrider art, Marvel comics, we were into Marvel comics at the time, and hip hop and graffiti. And so those were my foundations. And so the graffiti is, you know, it's the ultimate form of expressing oneself, right? You're putting your name on a wall. You're wanting to be seen. It's what hip hop is, right? It's from these underserved, unheard communities that came out and had something to say. That's what I was attracted to. But through studying, through pursuing art and going and getting my Bachelor in Fine Arts from Columbus State University, there was a class there that I took on modern art, and the professor had a whole section on the Mexican muralists. And so I started to learn about David Alfaro Siqueiros, Jose Clemente Orozco, and Diego Rivera. And I remember Orozco's work looked very much like graffiti to me, with bold outlines and 3D. And I saw myself in his work. And then I realized that they were Mexican, and I'm like, oh, I'm Mexican too. And so I started to see myself in murals, right? One of Siqueiros' famous sayings is, why whisper through canvases in a gallery when you can be out in the public shouting it to the world? A couple semesters ago, I had a student ask me, you know, Professor, you've done this awesome mural with the Arizona Cardinals. You did the Via City Edition jersey with the Phoenix Suns. That has to make you feel accomplished, right? Those big projects, and they do, they absolutely do. And there's moments in those, right? Like being at the State Farm Stadium and putting up the mural, or being at the launch, or being at the game, the first game where the Suns were wearing the jersey. Like, those are huge moments for me and my family, for sure. But they're not all the moments. It wasn't building up to just that, right? It's every day. It's every day that I get to walk in the classroom and inspire my students. It's every day that I get to work with community and teach kids how to paint and teach parents about art and how to embrace their kids, right? And how to embrace being creative. Like, it's all those small moments that are, for me, I always try to remind myself every day that these are always proud moments. The biggest things that I've learned is to take myself out of it. I am the conduit. I know how to get the thing done. I know how to bring your ideas and elevate your voices. That's what I can bring to the table. Constantly having to remind myself of that it's about people first, always. And I say that because one of my mentors, Brett Cook Disney, that's what he lives by. That's what he stands by. It's people first, always. It wasn't until I actually embraced my journey. I embraced hip hop culture. I embraced my Chicano culture. I embraced, and not to say that I've never embraced it, but I started to embrace it in my work. And to show people that, hey, this is where I come from. And I do that in every space that I'm in. I do it in my classroom. You ask my students, you ask my colleagues, they know exactly where I come from. And I think that is what matters the most, right? You stick to your roots, you stick to your foundation, no matter who's watching. I think with every project, every time you step out, right, you have a choice to do right and a choice to do good. And sometimes that message is blurred, but it's there. The most important thing is to see the good in people, right? Especially when you're working with community. If I'm working with students, if I'm working with community, is to see the God in everyone. And I say that a lot, but it's what I stand by. And I hope that people do the same for me. I hope they see the good and the God in me as well. And that has changed so much for me. When I learned to embrace those people that are overlooked, when I learned to embrace those people that are forgotten mostly, right? That's where the magic is. And so that's, I think, what I would want to leave everyone with, is just to be good-natured, to always seek out the good and the God in people and in things.